Vasudevaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Harihi Om, Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. My humble pranams to all Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self. I welcome all of you to today's session of Yoga Vashishta. I am a student, I am a seeker, I am a sadhaka. I am not a guru, I am not a pandita, I am not a jnani. I am conducting this study hour as a means for my learning. I am referring to few books. One of the books is published by Ramakrishna Matam. I am mainly reading from there. It is written in Telugu, Yoga Vasishta. I'm reading from there, making some notes and speaking in English. If there is any mistakes in my understanding, please forgive me. We are studying Yoga Vasishta, also known as Vashishta Rama Samvadam. We are in Utpatti Prakarana. We have completed second days of Vicharana. Now we are starting day 3 of Vicharana between as being taught by sage Vashishta to Prince Rama. So the topic today is what is mind and what is the world that we see. Sri Rama is having a question. O sage Vashishta, Bhagavan Vashishta, O Maharshi, you have taught me yesterday that the world, this Jagat, is produced from the mind. This is clear. But what is this mind? What is the form of mind? Where is it? Where is it being generated? How is it doing all this? Please explain to me. Then sage Vashishta is saying, what are we calling as sky? Is there anything called sky? What we are calling sky is a emptiness, void, shunyatva. It appears blue, but in fact, there is no blueness in sky. There is nothing called sky or space. There is nothing called sky, but we still call it Akasha, space, sky. Similarly, mind is also like sky, like space. It has no form. You cannot say mind is this. It has, this is inside mind, this is outside mind. You cannot say like that. There is no beginning or end to the mind. You cannot objectify mind. I mean, you cannot say mind is like a sky, space. But still, just like sky is known, mind is also known. Similar to sky, mind is there. There's something called a term called Mrugatrishna. There is a mythical, it's like a mirage in desert. It cannot satisfy the thirst. A mirage looks like water, but it cannot quench the thirst of a traveler. Similarly, just like a mirage, the Jagat, the world, is an experience of the mind, experience of the mind, in the mind, whatever it is. Jagat, the world, is an experience of the mind. This is what you are seeing as Jagat, as world, is a kalpana of the mind of the perceiver. It is a sankalpa of the mind. It's an imagination, it's a thought. How can we define mind which is empty, void? However, for the purpose of teaching, I will tell you one definition of mind. That is, mind is that which will illuminate real and imaginary things. Illuminate means make it known. Mind is that in which we can know real and imaginary things. This is one definition of mind. Apart from this, there is no form for mind. There is something called absolute consciousness, pure consciousness. It is called chit. We have seen these definitions. The pure consciousness is called chit. Chit is nirakara, without any form. There is no object in chit. It is pure awareness. It is awareness itself. When the chit becomes ardhakara, half form, it's not full form, it's half form. Then you can call it as manas, mind. Chit is formless. Mind has some form, half form. This is only for the purpose of understanding and teaching. However, manas is non-different from chit. Manas, mind, is non-different from pure consciousness. It is an example is given. Chit is like clay. Manas is like a ball of clay, a mound of clay. Both are non-different. Clay by itself is nirakara. A ball of clay is manas. It has a form. A ball of clay has a form, but it is non-different from clay. Similarly, chit is, you can compare it with clay, and manas is ball of clay. Manas, if you want to define the form of manas, it is nothing but sankalpa. Sankalpa is thought form, imagination or a intention or a thought form. If you say it is a thought or a intention or a imagination, there has to be someone who, to who this thought belongs to. If there is a sankalpa, a thought, there has to be a thinker. So, thinker, you can say chit, not in the sense that in our ordinary mind think a lot like that. Pure consciousness is the entity in which manas, manas is a stream of thoughts, sankalpas. So that is the relation. Therefore, previous to the rising of thought, it is called chit. When the thought rises like a wave in a ocean, it is called manas. Can you say wind is different from a wave of wind, a movement of wind? Wind and blowing of air, are they different? Similarly, water and its liquid nature, are they different? Therefore, if there is a sankalpa, there is a mind. Where there is sankalpa, there is mind, manas. They are not two different things. perception, knowership, knowing, the experience of knowing the objects is by the faculty of manas. It is a different question. What is the known? Is the known object, is it real or is it unreal? Is it temporary or is it long lasting? It is a different question. We are not talking about the known objects. Known objects, there is a knowing principle, knower, that is the manas. It illumines the known objects. Whether the known is a real entity or a unreal entity, it's a temporarily known or long lasting known, that is a different question. The manas, the mind, whatever be its sankalpa, its thought, it finds the object as per that thought. The pure consciousness which has done the sankalpa of the entire Jagat is Brahmadeva. He is the Pitamaha, grandfather. That Brahmadeva is creating the Adhibhautika Buddhi, means the Buddhi, the intellect that determines that this is an object, the recognition that this is an object external to me. This kind of intellect is created by Brahmadeva. O Rama, great saints and sages have named this Jagat Prapancha, which is Drushya, seen, known, perceived, Prapancha, as they have given various names to this. Some of the names are Avidya, ignorance, Samsruti, Chittam, Manas, Bandham, bondage, Malam, impurity, Tamas, darkness. These are some of the names given to the imagination called world. What we are seeing the world, the different objects, this objective world. I am different, you are different, this is different object, that is different object. This is ignorance, this is darkness. Even though we feel that we are awake, alert, and it looks like this is knowledge, but In the viewpoint of sages and saints, this knowledge, what we call worldly knowledge, what we call knowledge in a normal human being, what a normal human being calls knowledge, they call it ignorance. Why it is ignorance? Because for a normal person, these are all objects of the world. World is real. I am in the world. World is a real thing. These are real objects. This thinking process is born out of ignorance because Jagat is a sankalpa of Manas. It is not real. The Manas projected the Jagat world. It is really not there. What is not there is thought of as real. Therefore, that knowledge is, we can call it ignorance. It's a mistaken notion. What is not real is taken as real. That mistaken notion is there. Therefore, this Jagat, the Drushya, is a ignorance. The nature of Manas is to do manana, repeated thinking. There is no form to the mind other than the visible universe. What you see, the universe, the world, the Jagat, is the form of mind. Mind only appearing as this. This, what we are seeing, the objects are thought patterns which are appearing as solid to us. It's nothing but mind stuff. It's all the sankalpa, the intention or the imagination or the thought. Therefore, we cannot say this is created, this object is created at so and so time. World is created at so and so time. You cannot say because world is not real. You cannot determine the utpatti, the generation, the production, the creation of the universe. Similarly, this drushya, what we are seeing, has no utpatti because it's not real. It is not really created. It's an imagination, projection. I'll tell you a drushtanta which I have told you yesterday. What is that drushtanta? Example is a lotus seed is there. The seed of lotus flower contains the lotus flower, meaning the lotus plant and the lotus flower are in a subtle form in the lotus seed. That means the seed unraveled, manifested. What is already there has been unraveled, blossomed into a lotus plant. That means lotus plant already existed in a seed form in the seed of the lotus seed. Similarly, the world is in a unmanifest seed form in the chit as a samskara, meaning what is chit? Chit is the drashta, seer. Chit is pure consciousness. In the consciousness, all these objects are there as a seed form, in an unmanifest form, avyakta form, and they are manifest from the consciousness. They unraveled into the jagat. Therefore, the jagat, the prapancha, the world, the universe was in a seed form, in a samskara form, in the consciousness. It came out of consciousness. It existed before creation. Creation is not something which is created out of nothing. Creation is a unraveling, unwrapping, unraveling, manifesting what is already there as a samskara in the seed form in the chit. So, chit is pure consciousness. Therefore, in the chit, pure consciousness, there is no object, there is no gross object. It is all a, we can call it thought form or imagination form or a samskara form. When it became a thought form, it is called the manas or the Hiranyagarbha manas that has manifested this, created this universe. Creation, in the sense, out of nothing, it is not created. It is there, just like you see a tree. Before it became a tree, it existed in the seed. The seed became the tree. So the tree in some form was existing in the seed. Maybe not like a tree with branches and leaves and all, but the potential was there in the seed. Without the potential being there in the seed, it cannot take the form of a tree. Similarly, the world was there in a potential form, in an unmanifest form, in the chit. So, what is that? The drushya, the seen world, is inside the seer. The seen world is there in the seer, in the drashta. Think about it. If you look at a golden necklace, you look at a golden necklace. Can necklace exist without gold? Not possible. But gold can exist without necklace. Does gold, gold and necklace are same? Not. Gold has taken the shape of a necklace. If you melt it down and make it into a ring or a bracelet, it is still gold. Similarly, the necklace is nothing but gold. Necklace cannot exist by itself. Similarly, the pure consciousness is the gold, and the world of names and forms are the necklace, bracelet, and ring. This is the example what we have to understand. Is there water in the mirage? However, in the mirage in a desert, it looks like water. In a dream, you see big buildings. Is there a foundation to those big buildings? Similarly, what we established so far is the drishyam, the seen world, is an imagination as a projection, sankalpa of the drashta, of the seer, the pure consciousness, of the manas. Therefore, the drishyam, what we see, is unreal. It is delusion. It is nothing but mind stuff. That's what they want to say. It's nothing but mind stuff. It is not real. It is Brahma, appearance. If there is something called cause and effect. Cause in Sanskrit, cause is called karanam. Karanam. Effect is called karya. The karya comes out of the karanam. Therefore, karya does not have independent existence other than karanam. It is dependent on karanam. The karya is dependent on karanam for its existence. Similarly, we discussing the drishyam is coming out of drashta. What is the reality of drishyam? What is it dependent on? It is dependent on the drashta, the seer. So what is the reality of drishyam? What is the existence of drishyam? Why world is like this? It is because you have seen it like that. You have done sankalpa like that. The drashta, sankalpa, the sankalpa of the drashta is like that. Therefore, the drishyam is like this. That means the way the drashta has seen, the drishyam is. This meaning the Jagat is non-different from you, the drashta. Your manas is non-different from you. Manas, the mind, is in you. the drashta, the chit. From the chit, from you are the chit. From you, your mind, manas comes up. Therefore, your own nature is the root for manas. So, see closely, observe closely, think properly, use your intellect. You will understand that the drishyam, the seen world, is there in the drashta, in the seer. I am giving you this teaching to remove the impurities in your mind. Because of the impurities in the mind, chitta malinya, one will see the Vishwam in oneself. The Drishyam is visible, is a projected because of the Chitta Malinyam, the impurities in the mind. If the impurity is removed in the Chitta, there is no Drishya. Drishya will not be there. Then the Jiva will become pure. When the impurities are removed from the Chitta, Jiva becomes pure and holy. When there is no wind, the leaves do not move. Therefore, when the mind is identified, is becomes one with the Atma, then the movements of the mind will cease. Then the impurities in the mind, like raga and dvesha, likes and dislikes, and all the vasanas will be removed. Therefore, because we have discussed, because of the Chaitanyam consciousness, the world is illuminated or becoming known. The Drushya is known. When there are no objects perceived, the pure awareness is known as Atma Prakasha. However, when this teaching is understood that the objects that I see, the world that I see is asat, unreal, it's a projection, it's an appearance, it is not really there. When this understanding comes into the mind, it is as good as saying that these objects are not there or does not exist. If you say these are false, even though they appear, I understand that they don't exist. That understanding itself is good enough. It is called Kaivalya. That understanding is good enough to say that you need not actually remove the appearance of the objects. You can intellectually understand conviction that the objects that are appearing to me are false, asat. That knowledge, with conviction, if one can say that, then what is unreal will stop troubling you because you consider it unreal. That way, you reach Kaivalya. Only pure consciousness is there. And the Drashta is Kevala. So, the thing we have to understand is even though the objects appear, there is no need to actually stop the appearance of the objects. It will be sufficient to know that the objects are unreal, asat. That knowledge is sufficient. If that knowledge comes with a deep conviction that this world which I am seeing is asat, is unreal, then my troubles will come to an end. Then that is Kaivalyam for me. There is another way, like in Hatha Yoga or Patanjali Yoga, when they try for Nirvikalpa Samadhi, where the seen objects or they try to do Chitta Vritti Nirodha. They want to remove the objects from the mind. That is a different mechanism. But here, what they're saying is you need not do Chitta Vritti Nirodha, completely annihilate all thoughts. It is like you go to a movie, one way you are troubled by the movie. It's a horror movie and you are troubled by that. There are two ways in which you can be non troubled. One is to stop the movie, that is the yoga marga of Chitta Vritti Nirodha. There are no more movie going on, only screen is there. That is Chitta Vritti Nirodha. There is another way, horror movie is going on. I am troubled. I am afraid. I am having fear. My friend comes and tells me, look, this is a movie. It is not real. Then, if I understand that properly, even though the horror movie is being played, I am not afraid anymore. Similarly, the movie objects loses its reality for me. Therefore, I can say the world doesn't exist, the movie doesn't exist in reality. Similarly, for a person, if a guru says that whatever we have discussed so far, sage Vashishta is the guru and Prince Rama is the Sishya, he has established through logic that Drishyam comes out of the Drashta and it's a projection and an illusion. Therefore, it is unreal. Then it is asat. If this logic goes deeply into the mind of the listener, he will understand that world is asat, world is unreal, even though the world of objects appears, he will not be troubled. That person with a deep understanding that the world of objects is unreal, asat, will said to be achieved kaivalya. With this, today's topic comes to an end. Hari Om Tat Sat, Shri Krishnarpanamastu.